Welcome. Today is March 13th, 2020. This public hearing is now open. It is 1:40. I'm Lydia Burr from Monroe County Industrial Development Agency and have been designated by the agency to be the public hearing officer for this public hearing. We are here to hold a public hearing on the Lefrois Development LLC project. This transcript of this hearing will be reviewed and considered by the agency in determination of this project. Notice of the hearing was published in the Democrat and Chronicle on Saturday, February 29th, 2020. Lefrois Development LLC, a New York limited liability company for itself or a related entity formed or to be formed, has submitted an application to the agency requesting the agency to assist in a certain project consisting of A, the acquisition of a leasehold interest in approximately 5.65 acre parcel of land located on Public Parkway in the town of Webster, New York. B, the construction on the land of an approximately 32,000 square foot single-story medical office building and unique approximately 2,000 square foot linear accelerator vault, and the acquisition and installation therein, thereon, and thereabout of certain machinery, equipment, and related personal property. Which building will be occupied by the University of Rochester with one, approximately 22,000 square feet of space dedicated to medical oncology and radiology, and two, approximately 10,000 square feet will be dedicated to ophthalmology. The proposed financial assistance contemplated by the agency includes New York State and local sales and use tax exemption benefits, mortgage recording tax exemption benefits, in compliance with the agency's uniform tax exempt policy, and a partial real property tax abatement. All those in attendance are required to register by signing the sign-in sheet at the front of the room. You will not be permitted to speak unless you have registered. If you have a written comment to submit for the record, you may do so. Written comments may be delivered to the agency at 50 West Main Street, Rochester, New York, 14614. If anyone is interested in making a comment, please raise your hand, state your name and address. If you're representing a company or an entity, please identify the company or entity. I request that the speakers keep their comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone in attendance who'd like to make a comment?
I will eventually, but not right at this minute. Is there somebody who's going to make a presentation?
Nope, this is it. This is your opportunity to speak.
All right. Charles Genesi, Town Attorney, Town of Webster. I am assuming that since this is a committee application, that there are going to be certain tax benefits that are created for the entity that's being developed, correct?
Yes.
All right. It is standard practice that the Town of Webster requests from the developer that they enter into for the purposes of reimbursing the town for services rendered a host community agreement. And that the host community agreement usually is equal to or ends up in payment equal to the amount of town taxes that would normally be levied against the property based on its assessment. All right, this is something that we normally ask and request usually through the planning board process. It does not apply to school or county, just to the town tax. And it is in reimbursement for the police services, the highway services, and the other municipal services that the town of Webster provides.
Thank you.
I have some questions on the application, if I may.
Sure.
Okay, as opposed to comments. My name is Donna Komar. I'm the assessor for the town of Webster, and I am not familiar with what a linear accelerator vault is. Can someone help me understand that?
Yeah. So radiation oncology is basically as it sounds. It is the machine by which we target therapy specifically using radiation treatment to shrink, or in some cases eliminate the cancer within the body. To be able to do that, it's a relatively expensive piece of machinery. similar to a CT scanner type of a machine that is surrounded in several feet of concrete in terms of how you construct the building around it itself. So usually the two modes of treatment for cancer patients, well, outside of surgical means, is chemotherapy, which is the infusion of drugs, or radiation treatment, which is, like I say, radiation targeting that specific site on the body.
So it's built into the building? Becomes part of the
becomes
building?
a part of, but the maze and the construction of it is actually outside of the normal footprint from a safety standpoint.
Okay. Okay.
So all the services are inside the building, and then you would walk through the maze as it's constructed to where the linear accelerator is, which is just immediately, it's adjoined, but outside of the building construct footprint.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
This is going to be a subdivision of land?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I ask a question of clarification? So, the
Can you state
30,
your name again?
Tom Clardy, Webster Township.
Thank you.
Just for clarification, Brian, so the 32,000 square foot footprint of the building, the 2,000 square foot vault actually is over and above that 32,000.
It's inclusive.
It's inclusive.
It's inclusive.
It's inclusive.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, usually I ask for a copy of their application so I can have the details that they're proposing to. It helps me to understand the project and the nature of it so that I can attribute value and get prepared for how I might value the property. Like I said, I'm always learning something new.
Yeah.
And I love my job. But would you please forward a copy
Yes,
of their
we will.
application to
We may
me?
have one today for you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Can I ask one more question?
You surely can.
I understood, Lydia, from your opening statement. Will Lefrois end up being the landlord to U of R?
Yes. It will most likely be an entity owned through Lefroy's.
Understood.
You're going for Jobs Plus?
Yes.
Still lease plus.
Oh, this is lease plus.
Lease plus.
Okay.
This is lease plus,
Oh,
correct.
how does that differ?
It has a different schedule, which of course I don't have in front of me.
We'll supply you with a schedule.
Yeah, we'll get the schedule to you.
Okay, so we'll line up the years.
Yes,
Start.
we'll line up the years.
It represents the fact that, but for the U of R owning the property, of course, there's a benefit to the entity leasing the property, right?
Oh, because the Jobs Plus are for owner occupied? Is that what you're saying?
In a situation where U of R would own the property, it could be wholly exempt. So the lease plus provides an abatement where that at the time that the UTEP was put together, the thought being a more generous benefit because this property could otherwise be wholly exempt
Understood.
so we have a landlord
Okay,
structure.
okay. So is it still a 10-year program or is
It's
it
still a 10-year program. It's
Okay.
still within our UTEP. So it is a standard pilot that we offer, like Jobs Plus. We just don't see it and probably haven't done one in Webster in quite some time, if at all.
Yeah, I'm not recalling one.
Yeah, I can't either.
Okay, so if I have further questions on that, when I get the schedule, I can
Yeah,
address them
when-
to you or to Lydia?
Either or.
Okay,
Either's
great.
fine.
Thank you.
We'll get you a copy of it.
Yep.
Any other questions? Okay. Okay. Is there no other questions? We will close the public hearing. Thank you.